Geekmeister's obsessed with his lollipops here.
Now
1,205 yards straight down into that lake is something.
Now he's going to try to use all 24 worms. The water there is too shallow to catch much.
All 24 worms sounds like a really odd rap album.
Or an indie garage band. Come on. Get it quick. There. That's the prize. Obviously.
Ah, I see.
Probably a trading card. But it might be... I think there's like some weapons. Some special weapons you can get fishing in certain areas. This is behind the hotel, so I'm gonna guess it's a trading card for
The old woman.
the old woman, Polly.
I
Oh,
I don't particularly understand why Geekmeister was like, I'm gonna keep every moment of this in here, you know?
it's less work if you don't edit.
Alright, fair enough. I guess at least we have this outfit on. I mean, if it were just the black FBI outfit, this would be a lot duller to look at. So what, have we even heard their explanation for why the FBI is involved? I mean... Oh, son of a bitch.
York told the sheriff that he has a... This sounds terrible. He has a special interest in the murder of young girls.
Okay.
What we've seen is he's got that little baggie of the red seeds, and that's related to a series of murders that he's following, and he thinks this may be one of them. I'm rooting for this fishing minigame.
I'm rooting for it to get the hell over.
Nope. You've got a can. Literally a can. Garbage.
You caught a garbage.
He could get a better fishing rod and come back later, and it gives him better odds. It makes the mark he has to hit wider. He's never really into fishing.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, if it's all about the kind of peacefulness and being at one with nature, why not just take a boat out into the lake?
I like doing that. I like taking a canoe. I grew up in Maine, which is not where this takes place, but could be.
Maine, the birthplace of the canoe.
Sure, why not? I assume this is Pacific Northwest, just like Twin Peaks, but
Right.
but that and New England get confused a lot.
Other fun facts about Maine, only 17 people live there, but they all have superpowers.
They all take turns being Stephen King.
State bird is the walrus, no one knows why.
Chickadee, if you want a less interesting answer. We actually had civics classes where we learned these things. We also were lied to, but Maine is a lot bigger than it looks on maps because of the way the projection on a globe, or when you flatten a globe, right? Because it's farther from the equator. So we were told it was the second biggest state. It's not.
Interesting. I grew up in Missouri where we were told that Harry S. Truman was basically a war hero because he avoided lots of deaths on the ground and everything. And I was very shocked to go to college and learn that other people thought differently. A Polly Oxford.
Ah,
All right.
we win. Look at the damn card.
Well, I guess he's waiting till the end.
I hope.
It's all about delayed gratification in this game.
Some of them have like little jokes on them and stuff. Yes,
yeah, by the time we get to it, we won't get it. Like, we won't remember that she's deaf.
Who's Polly? What? Going.
Polly won a plot.
No.
Can we find another place to fish?
Yes.
It's alright, we can talk about some more main facts while he's fishing.
There's no such thing as lobster. It's actually custard wrapped in a candy shell.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It is lobster flavored, however, which is kind of gross.
Whenever I beat up boxes in games, I always like to yell, "Mother!"
That sounds healthy.
Oh, okay, so we aren't going out here to fish.
He just wanted some box beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have a girlfriend and all, but sometimes you're just in the mood for some box beating, you know?
As opposed to beatboxing, which you should never do.
That is correct. Except in Maine, where it is the national pastime.
But it's hard for people not from Maine to tell because they do it so slowly. It takes them 7 days.
History of this town. Wow, reading the history of the town, that nobody would ever be interested in that. Mark Frost.
Hey, I like Mark Frost's book.
I felt so betrayed by it.
You would.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I'm starting to get a sense for your taste, and I can see where it's something you wouldn't like. It's hard because you hate things that I love, but in a way that makes me not think less of you. But I can sometimes guess whether you like something or not, but I'm wrong a lot.
I'm a riddle wrapped in an enigma, Scix.
In a candy shell.
Flavored of lobster.
Yeah.
We have 2 save points right together? That's a little odd.
That's for realism. Very important in this game, realism.
Hey, Paulie, how's it going? Tire iron to the face!
Someone composed the music that's on that weather report that you hear like 2 seconds of every time he checks. Thomas's Biscuit. It's
Biscuit.
really
baked
good.
by Thomas.
Yep.
God, you have to fight hunger in this game? Jesus.
Yep. But
I hate games like that.
I don't like breakable weapons.
Yeah.
And a lot of games do it, and, you know, I suck it up, but... So that's a flare gun, and it summons a police car. He's too lazy to walk to the other side of the parking lot and get into that police car that was waiting for him. He, in fact, used up his flare. He's probably going to buy 30 of them at some point in the near future.
Does seem a bit like he's willing to walk all over Hell's Half Acre, but maybe it was just to show off what the flare did.
What is the license? Monster? Monstead?
No idea. Too small for me on this computer.
Let me get out my magnifying lens and see if I can't see it. No.
But, Grampy...
My phone will make an irritating noise if I try.
About those bonus features in DVDs nowadays. You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material. Even if they do, the trailer and the visual quality is pretty bad.
Yep, he keeps you entertained by talking about movies on the long drives.
Those days. So many new audio and visual appliances are coming out back then.
For those watching at home, if it's not obvious from the view, the driving is terrible.
On TV. And remember when that video store
Geekmeister's doing a hell of a lot better than me.
Yeah, I tend to pass the controller for driving segments when I'm doing this. Other people do better than I do, but I drive poorly anyway.
Killer Tomatoes.
I would
filmed in 1978.
pass the controller, but I don't have friends.
By John DeBello.
I
We really
tried to
are
get
that
Jake to play so we could play past the controller for the hard
Had so many
parts, but he
sequels,
just
the original was re-released in
drove for
95.
like 5 minutes and hated it
7
so much he
minute
wouldn't do it
theatrical
anymore.
release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes.
A racing
That was
minigame.
around the time I joined the Bureau.
Oh,
That's
God.
what we
I
needed.
didn't have a chance to see it. I know, Zach. Once this
I would do
case
very
is
poorly for the racing
together,
minigames.
I bet we can buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
Or download it illegally, huh, Zach? Huh? Wink, wink.
Oh, I don't think they could do that yet. When did this come out?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm too lazy to bother checking. Alright, race 1, man.
And you get prizes for the race segments too, so if he's being complete on getting the trading cards, then he's got to do the races.
But if he screws up, he's just gonna keep recording. That's why bother editing out too.
If you're watching Geekmeister, we love you. Don't take it to heart. You're just crotchety. That is the thing you and I have in common.
Yeah. Get the hell out of my property.
I, in fact, majored in crotchety in the University of Maine.
I was thinking about crotchety, but I prefer knitting. Do we know how many of these damn things we gotta get?
No.
Oh, I would. That turn must have sucked on the controller.
Yeah. I wonder if he's playing... Oh, don't do that. I wonder if he's playing mouse or controller.
Oh yeah, I would assume controller, because I mean it keeps showing things that look like Xbox controls. So.
Oh, that's right. It did do that, didn't it? This is the end, I think. It's great.
Wow. It's so much better than I could have ever done. Like, I would be playing that all day and never get up.
You deserve
Meanwhile,
a nest.
yeah.
I like how he avoided that little barricade,
Yeah.
but nothing else.
Is this... Are we at the police station, or is this just some random-ass place?
I think we're back at the hotel.
Oh my god.
It looks like the back of the hotel. No. Maybe it is the police station. Oh, is that the gremlin again?
Yeah.
Same gremlin?
Very popular car in this town.
We had... No, we never had one. As a child, I always assumed we had one. Because we'd get different cars from time to time, because we get piece of shit cars. And I just figured at one point it would be our turn to get a gremlin. It never was. We did, however, get the explodey kind of Pinto. It never did explode, fortunately.
Sounds very Hunger Games. I always thought it would be our turn to get a gremlin. I gotta say, I love how he just loves finding those barrels and blowing the shit out of them.
I wish you would get into the dumpsters. They do you absolutely no good, but it just amuses the hell out of me that it's a thing.
I think they can hide you from a hellhound.
Oh, yeah, that's probably right.
Oh, F that nest. That's right, take that nest out. Yeah.
Fortunately, it jumped over the log, the insurmountable log. Brian the Insomniac. Oh, you're way early for meeting him.
Marvelous? What the hell is Marvelous about?
I think that's just sort of in general for the whole race segment. He's not a respecter of property.
No, it really is weird how, like, in adventure games, you just don't give a shit about anybody's property or, like, laws, you know? I mean, it's just always like, oh, hey, here's a thing, how can I interact with it?
Even like the Zelda games where you walk into someone's house and break all their crockery.
Right.
It's the hospital. Why are you in the hospital? Get out of the hospital.
He was like, okay, fine, if you say so, Scix.
If only I had that power. Well, I guess I do when I'm playing the game and have the controller. Can of tomato sauce will satisfy a small amount of your hunger. Can he use a flare, or is he going to go back to the car? He's going to use a flare.
No patience.
Like a lightsaber handle.
That's what she said?
Why? Badtattoos.com. Which might not actually be a website, but if it is and you go to it, don't blame me, because I don't actually know about it.
I'm not saying that because it's definitely Shiza porn. I don't know.
I wonder how this car deal works. He throws up a flare, and a car arrives without anyone in it. Does someone just drop it off and then run away?
I guess so.
Rough springs to mind. Deadly Spawn. Do you remember that one, Zach? Back in '83, directed by Douglas McCann. Right. It was filmed pretty cheap, but still, it was pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
The monster design
Is this a real movie?
full of teeth.
Yep.
I loved it. So many delicious B-movie cliches. Did you know that they made a sequel?
It actually wasn't that bad, but it was very...
The rental store didn't have it
The
for
monster
some
design
reason.
was more interesting than the usual rubber suit
It's totally
monsters.
different from the original. Wonder how the sequel turned out. You know, the monster in that one responded to sound. Wait, Zach. Sounds a lot like the movie Tremors.
It's nothing like the movie Tremors.
That one was back in '89, directed by Ron Underwood. Now that was a great role for Kevin Bacon. Masterpiece. Zach, that one had sequels like crazy. There was a fourth one.
That's sideswipe there. He's definitely a better driver than I am.
It's like instead of a GPS, we just have IMDb on everything.
Yes. Oh, inside.
Yeah. You can just tell by the monotonous of the driving that it's horrible.
This car is another unlockable. Normally, at this point of the game, he only gets the cop car, which gets destroyed from all the bumping around. This one's a lot tougher, obviously. It's in the lower right. You see he's at 96% and 90% fuel.
See, this is I mean, I get that it's open world, but I'm just like, after the first time you have to go somewhere, why isn't there fast travel?
There is.
There is? I guess I never got that far in the game.
Yeah, you get a little farther on, you get fast travel. You gotta do a side quest where you get some flowers for George's mother, if I remember right. That's the one. And then he gives you a walkie-talkie, and then you can use the walkie-talkie to call for a ride to take you to any of the places you've been before.
Nice.
And it's entirely up to you whether to do that side quest or
Tremors.
where
I think Fred Ward was
along the
You
timeline.
say
to do it.
Fred Ward, I say Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. That one was back in '85, I think. Directed by Guy Hamilton. I guess Hamilton was aiming to start a series like 007. But it had no sequels.
Joel Grey in Yellowface.
A real shame.
That movie.
Do you remember the martial arts they used in that film? Called Sinanju? The ultimate in martial arts, using no weapons at all. Remo's master Chun ran across water, remember? And he loved soap operas. Man, that was a good character.
Racist as hell.
Played by Joel Grey, the best supporting actor in Cabaret. Of course, in Remo, he had so much makeup on you couldn't tell.
I like Fred Ward. But that's really neither here nor there.
Get in the dumpster. Ugh.
I keep not even seeing the dumpsters.
He clearly has no sense of adventure. Open the windows. What is this building? Yeah, what is that?
Legend worm.
It's not a worm. Oh, look, it's a suspect.
Hey, I suspect you.
High quality beef. That's what she said. Bit of a stretch. Better than brown bullhead catfish.
That's what he said?
Sure? Okay.
Oh, I feel some fishing coming on. I think we were getting farther from the police station.
Yes, I think so too. Maybe he just wants to do all the fishing, get it out of the way early.
I have a fear that these first 2 of 10 that we watch, at least, are gonna be mostly fishing.
It's the subtitle of the game. Got multiple presents. The pink one's the good one. Yes! Yes! No! You failed.
Still, though, it's better positioned here. Like, you can at least have a chance. That other one, it felt like it was just completely random if you were going to get anything.
Yeah. Fishing lowers the stamina bar, but I'm sort of standing still, so... That's...
A lollipop.
Chocolate bar or a health kit? But a lollipop.
Yeah.
Oh.
All lollipops.
All lollipops from here. Trees look a bit cloned.
A bit. So, Grandpa, did you really just stand there and fish for like 20 minutes? I mean,
There's a murder investigation.
Hush, child. Let me smell it. Forgot. Hush, child. Let me continue the story.
Got slightly southern there with that voice. Stop! Ah! It's always a little slow. Consistent issue for this guy. Sure, there's a life comparison going on. That.
I think the time before, it went like 2, and this time it went like 5 after he hit stop, and so I think the game is just fucking Geekmeister here.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
I like how in the upper right is his porn name.
Yeah.
You caught a Becky.
Was that the suspect?
Yes. But in-game, you don't know her name yet. Doesn't know enough to know who's a suspect.
Right.
He's just been here fishing. He hasn't got a brief on the case. Nothing.
There's another window we could look in, man. Why are you... Come on, go look in the other window. Ah, hell.
A lot of this brown stucco in this town.
Yeah. Call me York.